Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and today I'm here to bring you guys new Naruto manga 633 prediction. And let me start off by saying it's great to be back. You know, a lot of you guys already know that I went off to Japan for a few weeks, so that's exactly why I was on hiatus, in case some of you guys maybe didn't catch that video, you know, or maybe you didn't look at my last prediction, so you were wondering, dang, where's Game on Cloud 9? You know, he hasn't put up anything in a while. And, you know, that's mainly why I was gone, is due to the fact that, you know, I went to Japan, and obviously while I was there I couldn't upload, although I did record a lot while I was there, and I did pick up some pretty interesting stuff. Now, before I get into the chapter within itself, I have to say a lot seems like it's been going on in the Naruto manga since I've been gone. And, you know, honestly, I wish I definitely could have actually reviewed some of those chapters, especially the one where Team 7 actually reunited. And then on that same one, the Hokage showed up to the battlefield and things just seemed like they got epic. You know, so I mean, even though it was like somewhat of a setup chapter, definitely I have to tell you guys that that would have probably had a high rating in my book in terms of, you know, my rating scale. I probably would have put that to maybe like close to Sage the Six Paths level chapter if a lot of you guys are familiar with my rating system. And the reason for that is because the Sage the Six Paths level chapter is like memorable. It like marks it, like it's a memorable one. You know, it's not, I'm not going to say perfect because there's no such thing as perfect, but near perfect in terms of, you know, it had a lot of dynamic things going on in there, plot changing stuff, you know, and on top of that, you know, just, you know, has a nice flow to it. And that chapter actually definitely made all of those marks. I mean, you had the whole thing with Minato going into chakra mode, the Hokages just showing up, you know, seeing them actually work together. Not only that, but then, you know, you even had the whole Narusaku moment. Whether or not you like the Narusaku moment is up to you. I'm not saying I was really into that moment in terms of, you know, I want Naruto to be with Sakura, but, you know, definitely, you know, it gets people thinking as far as, you know, who's Naruto going to end up with. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys like that pairing stuff out there. So, you know, it's pretty cool that Kishimoto still kind of messes around with it a little bit. And at the same time, you know, we also had the Team 7 reunite at the end, and even Sasuke talk about becoming Hokage in that same chapter. So, I mean, so much went on in that chapter to where I would have given it that rating. Now, I also want to say, I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering why I'm wearing this headband. Well, I just want to say I got this headband while I was in Japan, so I just figured, hey, sometimes I'll probably wear this in my reviews. So hopefully a lot of you guys don't actually mind me wearing this. You know, I know it may look a little silly, but a lot of you guys probably already should know that I'm a huge Naruto fan, so hey, I'm going to go ahead and wear this in my reviews whether y'all like it or not sometimes. But, oh yeah, one more thing before I get on to this week's chapter. I'm going to probably be talking about this book, or these two books that I actually picked up while I was in Japan in one of my videos. I'm probably going to put up a video either sometime next week or, you know, maybe later on this week, so maybe tomorrow or this weekend. I'm not 100% sure because I also have to edit videos to put up as far as the, you know, trip from Japan. I was going to put up different videos. But aside from that, let's jump into this week's chapter. Now, okay, this chapter definitely, you know, gave Sakura her shine. Because I know everybody had wondered, when was Sakura going to have her moment? All throughout Shippuden, Sakura's, like, her moment wasn't really there. I mean, you had a moment with maybe Sasori, but other than that, she hadn't really lived up to what she set out to do in the beginning of Shippuden. She talked about how she was going to reach Naruto and Sasuke's level. So, you know, that, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of Sakura fans and a lot of people, that's why they called her useless. They felt like, you know, she didn't do much because, you know, since then, all she did was really heal people, you know, nothing else. But in this chapter, I have to say Kishimoto pretty much just shut everybody up, because now Sakura actually, you know, really had some importance in terms of combat-wise as well. Because, you know, she actually fought alongside Naruto and Sasuke, and she wasn't a burden whatsoever. In fact, she's probably helping more than anything. You know, the chapter, you know, of course, another part of the chapter that I guess you could say had a little bit of importance aside from Sakura was maybe the Hashirama part, where they were like, he opened up the barrier for them, and then he created a bunch of clones to head in there with him, and then had one go over to Madara. And, you know, Madara doesn't even really want to be bothered with that Hashirama clone. He wants to fight against the real Hashirama. So, I mean, I guess you could say that has some importance, but I feel like that part of the chapter, you know, just showed how, I guess you could say, like, how much respect like Madara has for Hashirama, to where he won't face anything less than the real Hashirama. I mean, he actually is waiting on Hashirama. He's letting him fight against the Ten Tails because he wants to fight Hashirama one-on-one that bad. So I feel like, in a sense, that's probably the only fighter he actually respects, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us already knew that, because I mean, I think he's kind of stated that before. But I guess you could say that just kind of reinforced how much respect he has for Hashirama in this week's chapter. You know, although it's kind of funny, like, I mean, you think about it, like, Madara is probably stronger than Hashirama now since he has the Rinnegan. But, you know, of course they're going to end up duking it out, you know, pretty soon after this whole Ten Tails business is probably taken care of. You know, or maybe if Naruto and Sasuke are fighting against Ten Tails, maybe Hashirama and Madara will finally have a fight. Or if Madara gets impatient, maybe he'll just say F it and fight against Hashirama, you know, regardless. But, you know, that part of the chapter I didn't really care about as much. I mean, the Ten Tails, you know, used its Tail Beast Bomb and tried to escape from that barrier, but obviously that barrier was too strong and actually contained that explosion, to my surprise, considering the fact that even the small Tail Beast Bomb from the Ten Tails can, like, decimate mountains easily, you know. So seeing as how I made that giant one and it was able to hold back the barrier was able to hold back that Tail Beast Bomb's explosion, you have to hand it to the Hokages. But anyway, let's get to the part with Sakura. So Sakura, you know, she had a little flashback in the chapter thinking about, you know, of course, all the time she's been a burden to Naruto and Sasuke, which we kind of seen that before, but this time I guess you say it was a little bit different because, you know, she had it while Naruto and Sasuke were actually around and she was in combat with them. You know, so she really wanted to show them that, you know, she could, you know, she's on the same level, that she wanted them to see her backs, that she's on the same level as them, that she's not a burden anymore. And, you know, she was thinking about, I guess, something that Tsunade had told her, that just because, you know, you're a medical ninja doesn't mean, you know, that you won't be able to fend for yourself, or you shouldn't know how to fend for yourself. So I guess over the past few years, Sakura has been storing chakra within her forehead. So what she actually did, obviously, was activate the Yin Seal. She didn't release it, but she actually activated it. So you see that she has the Yin Seal on her forehead, the little forehead mark that we've seen Tsunade have. And then from that point on, there was these little Ten Tails mini clones that the Ten Tails made to protect itself, since, you know, it had been binded down by Hashirama and all the Hokages and stuff. And, you know, and then Sakura, she proceeded to actually fight against these clones, and then she actually did this one big massive punch and, like, completely knocked all of them away. So that moment was actually pretty sweet in the chapter, to see Sakura do something like that, because you can see how much her strength increased. I mean, granted, she was already strong before when she would, you know, punch the ground, or you would see her punch anything, you know, she would, you know, split it open a little bit. But, I mean, now she's on a completely different level. So, I mean, even Hashirama, even though it didn't make sense how he said this, you know, he even said that she was stronger than Tsunade. And the reason why it doesn't make sense that Hashirama said this is because Hashirama should have never known how strong Tsunade is, when I think he only known a kid Tsunade. And I doubt a kid Tsunade was capable of doing that. You know, and if that was the case, that would be extremely weird. I mean, I think a kid Tsunade didn't even have the forehead mark on her head because she wasn't on that level. I mean, obviously, she, you know, probably gained that maybe during the Second Shinobi World War. I'm just making an assumption right there, but I know she didn't gain that as, like, a kid, like a little kid, when he probably saw her. So I don't know what Kishimoto was thinking with having Hashirama say that. I would say, it is one of the few times you'll ever hear Game on Cloud 9 say this, but I would have to say that is a mini plot hole. But, you know, it's nothing serious enough to where I would consider it like a plot-changing thing or something that would mess up the storyline, like some may try to make it out to be. But other than that, I would say, you know, the chapter, of course, you know, when it came to an end, we saw like Sakura, you could say she got a little overexcited, the fact that she had actually caused so much destruction, because even like Naruto and Sasuke were impressed by what she did, but then there was like this mini Ten Tail clone ran up to her, was getting ready to like attack her, and then Naruto and Sasuke came to her rescue. And at the end of the chapter, you know, you could see Sakura, you know, she was, of course, you know, happy the fact that they're all working together again. And, you know, happy the fact that Sasuke saved her. Didn't even acknowledge the fact that Naruto saved her. And then she said she was going to, like, take the Hokage seat from under Naruto and Sasuke if they didn't watch out. Now, the ending of the chapter, I know a lot of people out there had issues with that. But let me tell you why I don't have an issue with it. The reason why I don't have an issue with the fact that Naruto and Sasuke happened to help Sakura out in that instant is because just because they helped her doesn't mean that she didn't grow, or doesn't mean that she didn't set out to what she wanted to do. She didn't want to be a burden to Naruto or Sasuke, but since they are a team, it doesn't mean that they can't help her. You know what I mean? She can help, just like she can help them. I mean, Naruto could be getting ready to get attacked by something, and she could come out of nowhere and maybe help Naruto. I mean, they are a team. If they don't help each other, are they really a team at the end of the day? So I don't think that that necessarily took away from what she, from her character growth. Now, what I would say takes away from her character growth a little bit is probably the fact that, she didn't even acknowledge Naruto. She acknowledged Sasuke. And we all know Sasuke, tried to kill her more than one time. And you mean to tell me this dude Naruto, who saved you on numerous occasions, and let's not even just talk about against Sasuke, against other people, you mean to tell me that you won't acknowledge, him in that particular instance, but you acknowledge a dude who freaking tried to kill you a number of different times? Granted, okay, you could forgive Sasuke, but at the same time, I feel as though, in terms of character growth, even if you were somebody, or even if Kishimoto was trying to get us to feel a little bit of nostalgia in that moment, I would have rather her said maybe, she'd be like, "Thank you, Sasuke. Oh yeah, and you too, Naruto," or something like that. Yeah, I mean, even though it would have still been a little weird, at the end of the day, it would have still shown she's still considering Naruto, even if she still likes Sasuke. It's like you're still considering Naruto, which shows character growth. But then it's almost like she took a step back to like part 1 Sakura, thinking only of Sasuke, not considering anybody else, just forgetting about everybody else, especially Naruto. So that part was a little shaky, but I'm glad that Sakura she's on that Tsunade level now. She probably has the Byakugo Jutsu, or the Strength of 100 Jutsu, which a lot of you guys probably know, or the Creation Rebirth, where she can have... Yeah, sorry about that jump, guys. But anyway, let's get on to the prediction really quick. Basically, what I think is going to happen next week, we'll probably get a lot more, interaction with Team 7 as far as, see some more combos from them. Maybe actually even hear Sasuke as far as, if there's anything else going on with Sasuke. Because Jugo said something a little weird in this week's chapter, like, what are you thinking, Sasuke? So maybe we'll see a little bit more into, Sasuke's intentions and see if this is really what he means, if this is really true, or maybe there's a little bit other things going on right now. And, maybe we even get a flash over to the Kages and see, Tsunade, what's going on with her. Is she dead? Did she actually make it? Because, if she's dead, then that definitely opens up for Hokage arc right after this, since we see everybody and their mama wants to be Hokage. So, maybe we'll end up getting a little bit more of that. And, I'm thinking, also we'll probably get maybe the Ten Tails third form, maybe in like 2 or 3 chapters, since the Ten Tails is like laying flat on the ground right now. But, in fact, I would even say maybe we'll get a cliffhanger of that this week, since the Ten Tails is already kind of on the ground right now. So next week, maybe we'll get a cliffhanger of the Ten Tails finally entering its third form after Team 7 maybe does a few combos. Maybe Sasuke finally unlocks perfect Susanoo, and maybe him and Naruto do like a combination such as like how Madara did that QB Susanoo thing, where he jumped on the Nine Tails and did perfect Susanoo on it. Maybe Naruto and Sasuke do something on the same level. That'd be pretty cool to see. But other than that, I don't really know what else would really happen. I mean, it's kind of hard to really tell at this point, because everything seems pretty straightforward as far as in the next few chapters that we would see Team 7 just working together, and see their dynamics and see some pretty sweet stuff from them. So, I mean, there's not really much to guess right there. I'm pretty sure that's, everybody can pretty much guess that one. And other than that, I would say just make sure you guys look out for this video when I do a video on this. And also I want to say that this chapter, as far as a rating goes, I would definitely give it maybe Jonin level. It had a nice flow to it, although Sakura's character, where I would give her maybe a little minus in this week's chapter, is the fact that she didn't acknowledge Naruto. Even if it was for comedical purposes, I don't really feel as though that, I feel as though it would have been better if maybe she would have, maybe acknowledged Naruto slightly. Even if she decided to acknowledge Sasuke more, she still should have given Naruto a little bit of acknowledgement, because it would have showed she did grow at least a little bit. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I mean, again, the chapter had a nice flow to it, but at the same time, had that little problem right there. And